want you to talk really quick. Do you think you need to know something about area in order to play Minecraft and be at the top of the leaderboards in Minecraft?
Yes. No. You do because
Well, if you're playing the Hunger Games one, you need to talk about All right, fourth graders. By a show of hands, we're going to do fingers. Number one is no, you don't really need to know anything about area. And number two would be yes, you got to have some kind of idea of area. Excellent. Yes. I see a lot of twos up. Lots of twos. We do need to know something about area. Because when you are building in Minecraft, you have to know what's going to fit, correct? Mm-hmm. Do I have a piece of dirt that's going to fit?
And like if you build something in like survival and you need to go get something to make it, you need to know the area around you so that you can get back to your
Okay, so you're thinking more the area of, let's say I'm going out on an exploration and I need to know what's in my vicinity. I'm talking area in terms of mathematics. So the area in terms of mathematics would be how much space do I have that I am required to fill? And given the different items I have, hang on one second, given the different items that I have, whether it's dirt or it was, what were some other things I saw? Wood, tile, stairs. How much space can I fill with those elements? Did you have a question? What is it?
Well, I don't really have a question, but I think I know how to do it. Like, so if you want to build a house that's fancy, it's big, you need to like design your area. So like, if you want a small house, it could be like a 3 by 3 or something.
That would be a very small house, a 3 foot by 3 foot. Yes.
if you're building a house, you have to know that you're in block size, you're 2 blocks high.
Okay.
So if you want to make a house, it can be less than 2.
There you go. So you both specified some really great things. You're talking Minecraft house. If I'm building a Minecraft house, I need to go 3 by 3. Yes?
Yes. The best.
Okay. Or if you have to be 2 blocks high, how much space am I going to fill with that? Well, we are going to work on that today with our Geoboard. So each of you will have to have a Geoboard. All right. Do each of you have a couple of rubber bands too, or your Geobands? So just have a little pile in front of you.
Yes, I have a little one.
That's perfect. You know what? You're going to have more than enough. Promise. Okay? Everybody have a couple? Excellent. All right, and then fourth graders, hands up. Eyes on me, please. You can put your hands down. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you our unit of measure. Because in Minecraft, we had a unit of measure. It was 1 wood tile, or it was 1 bunch of dirt. But they were all what shape? Who remembers what shape they all were? What shape was it?
A square.
It was a square. So we were, except for the stairs, yes. Okay. So we had a square as the unit of measure. And when you were going in to build, in this case we were building a hot air balloon, we knew that we had 1 open square. That was the area that we could fill. So we are going to work today with that same concept of square as our unit of measure. And I'm going to show you up here what I'm talking about for a square. That would be a square. 4 pegs connected would be 1 square. Okay? So go ahead on your Geoboard and just create 1 square unit. Very nicely done. Okay? Just 1 square unit. Good job. That table's quick. Okay?
I got a little one.
You have a little one?
I got another little one.
So you're just going to do, nope, just that, and you just do one. Perfect. Nice. Oops, sorry.
I got one showing spun.
All right. Can you all see this geoboard?
Yeah. Nope. Yes.
Is that still one square unit?
No. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though she did this with 2 rubber bands and they were a half, so it's like a little triangle, is that still, does that come out to 1 square unit?
Yeah.
It sure does. Because it's just covering the 1 square, right?
What about this?
That would still, this would also be 1 square unit. Take a look at this one. Can you all see that one? It's kind of hard because that one's see-through. Can we see that one?
I don't see.
Okay. Right? But it equals 1 square unit. That is going to be our unit of measure. So when I tell you guys a unit of measure, we're talking about how we determine something. So in your bedrooms, for example, feet are the unit of measure, 12 inches. So if your mom or dad was going to paint your bedroom, and your bedroom was 10 feet on one side and 11 feet on the other side, we could find the area and determine how much paint we needed to be able to paint your bedroom. If you guys needed to fence your backyard so that Fluffy doesn't run away, and you have a backyard that's 15 feet long and 20 feet coming out of your house, you would know that you could find your area with a formula, okay? But that's using feet as the measurement. Today our measurement is a square unit, 1 square. 1 square. So if I did this, how many square units have I just made? How many square units? Tatiana, you said how many? 3. Tatiana said 3. Raise your hand if you agree. Yep, so if I look, I have 1 square here, that's 1. 1 square here is 2. 1 square here is 3. That's 3 square units. If I did, how many square units is that? I know our geoboards are so much fun, but I'm going to ask that you guys put them down. Put your hands in your lap. Eyeballs on me for this part. You will have plenty of time to design on your geoboards, okay? Plenty of time, I promise. How many square units have I just drawn? How many?
4.
4. So this half and that half gave me 1 whole square unit, right? So I have 4 square units. I want you guys to show me on your geoboard any shape, 4 square units. Okay? So go ahead and get started. Any shape you want to make, 4 square units in area. So let's see here. If I look at this, that's 1, right? Okay, Bradley, let's take a look. How many squares can I make? If each peg is the corner of a square, how many square units am I covering right now? Oops, I have 1 square, 2 squares, that's 3 squares, 4 squares, 5 squares, 6 squares. This is a square. That's a square unit. So do you see how you kind of have the squares drawn on your board? That would be 1 square unit. So you've got 6. We want to do a shape of 4. So here's what's going to happen. Is this space going to be filled? So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares.
Like this.
So when I'm talking about area, what exactly is area? What is the area? What's an area?
Whatever is inside an object.
Very good. What's inside of my parameters, we'll say. So if I give you the 1 square, what's inside of those 4 pegs becomes my area. So if I ask you guys to do something that has an area of 4 square units, that means my shape has to take up 4 squares. Just like this one does. This shape takes up 4 squares, therefore the area is 4 square units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. All right. Do you have a question? Okay. This would be 4. So you've got your 1, and then 2, 3, and 4. Right? Okay. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Everybody flip your geoboards over. And you're going to take a look up here. I have geodot paper for each of you. So you're all going to need a pencil. Your goal, your job today is to design 9 different shapes that have an area of 4 square units. So you are going to use your geoboard to find an area that has 4 square units, and then you're going to draw that shape on your geodot paper. You are able to use the one you just created. Okay? When you have all 9 shapes, then we're going to compare them with some of our neighbors to see if we have shapes that are congruent or if we have shapes that are totally different. Okay? Well, it's flipped over still. I appreciate that. All right, so go ahead and flip your geoboards over. You can go ahead and draw the shape on the geodot paper that you've already done. And then you make 8 more. 8 more. Well, if you can show me how many would it create? So you would have not quite 1, right? What if you went out? Then you get 1. See, but it would have to be exactly half of each one. Or you'd have to have enough fraction, you see what I'm saying, to make 4 square units. So make sure you draw on there the one that you've already done, because each of you had a good start. You gotta flip on the other side. You don't remember the one you made? Okay, so if this is 1 square unit, right? The inside of this takes up 1 square. So I need an area that takes up 4 squares. I need to make a shape that's going to take up 4 squares. And it doesn't matter how that shape takes it up, as long as whatever that's on the inside of the room is 4 squares. We had one on here before. Your shape is perfect. See how I've got this shape in here? I add it by so that's how many square units? Well, how many square units? I did this. 3. And then I did this shape. Well, so it's how many squares? So if I put those 2 together, how many squares is that? Right. 1, 2, 3, and then those 2 together. So this shape inside of rubber takes up 4 squares. Oh, maybe it's however you want to make the answer and get it filled out. But then, so you're going to draw that shape. Yep, because look, so this is one, this is one, and this is one. That little bit doesn't count. Yep, so you have to, if that gives you right there 3 square units. We need how many? Perfect. Boy, see a lot of creative shapes. Lots of creative shapes. Lots of ways to get 4 square units. Very good. Let's talk about this. How does this cover up 4 squares? So, right here, can I borrow your pencil? That one is. Right here, this that you have drawn is a square. No, because this is the unit of measure. So think of it kind of like a ruler, and we have 1 inch. If I want something to be 4 inches, can I just line 4 rulers up together and call that 4 inches? No, because the unit of measure was what? An inch, right? So if I want something that's 4 inches, if I lined 4 rulers up, I would have 4 not inches. So if this is my unit of measure, 4, and I want to color in order for me to get 4 square units, I have to have 4 squares. Right, Brenda? 4 squares. So how do I get those 4 squares? How many squares are there? I had a really good question, 4th grade. That was a good question. I had a really, really good question. Someone asked, well, can't I just put a big rubber band all the way around all of this and call that a square? Why wouldn't I be able to put a rubber band all the way around that and call that 1 square? Mia.
The rubber bands won't stretch that far and then they break.
Okay, they might break, but that may be one reason why we don't want to. Why don't we want to do that?
There's not an area of 4 squares.
Because that's not an area of 4 squares. If my eraser works, Bradley, I took your pencil, I'm sorry. Okay. I want everyone to put your rubber bands down. Put your pencils down. And look up here. Don't put our geoboards down. We're going to look up here. If you are going to go run a mile for Coach Prince, and he tells you that in order for you to run that mile, you have to run 4 times around a track, how many of you are going to run 8 times? So you guys want to run 2 miles instead of 1 mile, right? So if Coach Prince tells you the only way you're going to get an A is if you run a mile, no less than a mile, no more than a mile, and 4 times around the track is 1 mile, how many of you are going to run 6 laps? How many of you are going to run 3 laps? How many of you are going to run 4 laps? Why would we run 4 laps? 1, because we want the A, right? Makes sense to me. 2, because our unit of measure was 4 laps equals 1 mile. Our unit of measure is 1 square. This is the square. No bigger, no smaller. That is the square. If each of you looks at your geoboard with no rubber band on it, you guys just look at it, you kind of see how on the geoboard there's little squares in between each of those pegs?
Yeah.
You can kind of feel it with your finger. It's raised up. You guys all feel that?
Yeah.
That is the square. That's your unit of measure. So let's say, and I had another student ask, like, hey, if I give you the example that I want you to draw me a square that is 4 inches tall, goes across 4 inches, comes down 4 inches, and goes across the bottom 4 inches. So it's a 4 by 4 square, 4 inches. Are you going to line up 4 rulers and draw a square 4 rulers high, 4 rulers over,
Yes.
4 rulers down? Okay, because that's 44 inches. I'm talking just inches. 4 inches versus a whole ruler. your unit of measure is going to stay the same. It's going to be 4 square units. 4 squares. Okay? Is there any question? Are we kind of getting it now? Like, oh, that little square. I have to make 4 of those little squares. That's my unit of measure. You guys can go ahead and get started again. So let's take a look. We have 1 square, 2 squares, and then it looks like we got a half square and a half square. Oh, we don't quite have. This one did 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. So let's look again. Yeah. So look, we have 1, 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let's take a look. Let's take these off for just a second. Show me what is 1 squared? Perfect. Now if I was going to put my pet ladybug in there, that's not enough room. So I want her to have 4 squares that she can go in.
Hey, look, I did it. I ran a whole square.
Is that one? You guys don't even know what I'm about to make.
Okay. So we have 1, 2. See how there's a boundary track and there's this big gap? If we block this over, that make a big pin for us. I don't want to bring it all the way over. Yeah, look at my idea. Because now we're going to have 4, 5. So how can I make it so I can have a but is it more than 4? How many is that? And then how many the same thing? Okay. Let's take a look here. How many do you have? Does it work? Yeah. Okay, so on these get kind of tricky, so let's take a look at the other rubber bands so that we can actually see what we're doing.
So let's put this in there.
So I have 1, 2.
I'm making
And
a
then it
lot.
looks like
And then
I created a pod.
so I have how many equals?
can I see?
Is that's 1 square. More area. But I want you guys to look up here for just a minute. I'm going to see if I can trick you.
I got one more to
I'm going to see if I can trick you. Ready?
I have one more. I did that.
I want you guys on the back of your sheet of paper. Think about this one. I want you to tell me what the area of that sheet is.
What? What is that?
Write it on the back of your paper. Write it on the back of your paper. I'm pulling out. I'll give you guys a hint. There's a fraction involved. Yes. There's a fraction involved.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Was I not able to trick you guys?
No.
I can't tell what the fraction is.
Everybody knows it. Oh, I don't
All right.
I
Okay, hang on. Put your paper down. I'm going to show you guys.
did it wrong.
All right, ready?
Is an egg?
So I have 1, 0.5. So what was my area? What was my area? What was my area? 10 and a half square units. All right, let me see if I can trick you guys again. I wasn't able to trick you that time.
I'm done.
Doesn't matter, Mia. They all have black and white. I don't know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a seat. Have a seat. People behind you can see. Jane, look up here. How many square units can I make? What is my area? If you guys are kind of confused about, okay, well, what is this square unit business? How many squares can I create on the inside of my shape? How many squares?
8.
Okay.
100.
Open mine in your way. Bradley, you think you know it? What do you think it is? 8? Do you think it's more or less than 8? More than 8? Okay, let's see. More than 8? Alexis, what do you think we got? 21. Are we in agreement with 21? You think it might be 22? Holy moly, 4th graders. Let's go ahead and count them together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22 square units. I like it. Now it works. All right, if you can hear me, clap 2 times. Now that we kind of have an idea of what it is we're looking to make, try to finish up those 4 square units that you guys have. And if you have a question, just raise your hand and I'll come on around to kind of help you guys out. A lot of you are creating really awesome shapes and you're getting those 4 square units in there. Okay, so just go ahead and keep working on them. Try to get all 9 done.
I'm done.
You're done? If you are done, if you are at the top of the leaderboard in this Minecraft game of making areas of 4, my challenge to you is, can you make an area, a shape that's an area of 6, an area of 10? Can you trick me and make a shape? If you need an extra sheet of paper, or if you would like to work with a partner on making some extra shapes, I've got just a few more sheets up here. Are you all done with your night? Yep. You guys want to work with a partner, because here's what I got. And go ahead and clear your geoboards of all geobands. Yep, clear them of all geobands.
Okay, do we have a partner trainer?
Very good. All right.
I know what hurt. I always hit her with things. Wait, you want
My front table up here is getting theirs cleared off. Very nice. This table is all set and ready to go. You can leave your geobands out. You will need them. You're going to leave your geobands out. Don't put them back in. All right, fourth graders, if you are all set, I will know because your hands will be in your lap. Your eyes will be on me. Do you have an extra pencil? Okay. We'll just leave it right here. Bradley, no, Bradley's got a pencil. It's okay. We'll use your pencil. Okay. Are we ready? Don't put them away. You're going to need them. You're going to need a couple geobands.
I just stretched out that one.
All right, fourth grade, eyes up here, please.
I'm not done.
It's okay. You can work on it quietly and get them off. That's fine. Eyes up here, please. I am going to do one last thing so that I can make sure we get that idea of what is a square unit and how do we figure out that area. So I'm going to draw a shape. Your goal is to draw or to make a shape on your geoboard that has one square unit less in the area than my shape. So if my shape is 4 square units, how many would yours have to be?
3.
If mine was 10 square units, how many would yours have to be? 9. Very good. So I'm going to draw a shape. You are going to create a shape and then hold your geoboard up and show me a shape that's 1 square unit less in area.
What if you did 1? Then what would you do?
Nothing, I guess. But I won't do that. That's not fair.
How many is there?
Oh, come on.
Okay? So you need to do 1 less than me.
13.
Show me a shape 1 less than mine.
How many did you draw?
You gotta count them. Find the area.
Oh, yeah.
Ah. Okay, can you do 2 more than that?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You just have to make it.
So how many squares did I make with my shape?
Where? Unit. Like, you don't have to make it.
And you have to make a shape that's 1 less than that. You have to do 2 more than my shape. Almost. No, not quite. Right. Yes. You got yours. That's all you want. All right, ready? Here's your next challenge. So I have that shape. Now I need you to make a shape that's 3 more in area than my shape. 3 more than my shape. Yep, so 3 more. I think you guys got it.